Okay, Christophe. As I said, thank you very much. We are with in a new chapter of Boarding Pass with Christophe Poirier, which is the global brand chief of Pizza Hut. And well, let's start. If you feel like it, it's okay.
Yeah, of course, I'm ready.
Okay. The first thing I would like you to explain a little bit is about your position. What's your remit? What's behind the position, the title that you have at Pizza Hut? What's your work and how it integrates within the structure of the company and also the group of John brands?
Yeah, of course. So I am part of Pizza Hut. So Pizza Hut is a global brand, and we are in more than 100 countries. And in fact, Pizza Hut is a brand which is part of a bigger company called Yum Brands, with Habit Burger, Taco Bell, Kentucky Fried Chicken or KFC, and Pizza Hut. So I am the first ever global chief brand officer for Pizza Hut, and I report to the CEO of Pizza Hut, and the CEO of Pizza Hut reports to the CEO of Yum. So I have been at Yum Brands for almost 18 years. So I had many lives on the Pizza Hut and KFC at the market level, at the international level, at the global level. I had many functions. I was also managing director for Latin America and Iberia. So I
Mhm.
have some connections with a native country. So to your question, what is my job? Oh, my job, like any leader, has many facets. One is I need to make sure that our beloved brand, Pizza Hut, is relevant, easy, and distinctive. I like to call it a red brand. So to us, it's the common software, I would say, to all the brands at Yum. Relevant, easy, and distinctive. One specific aspect of the Pizza Hut brand, because this brand was born in 1958, and it's a very old brand if you think about it. And we are part of this club, uh, global brand that has been with guests and consumers forever. I'm thinking about Levi's in another category. I think
Mm.
Levi's celebrated 150 years
This year.
this year. And what is the job of this brand that has been with us forever? The challenge is to make them young or stay young, because you don't want the brand to age with its customers. So my job is to keep the brand young, vibrant, and it's a challenge. Why? Because I am the happy father of a tribe of five teenagers, and they're Gen Zs, but I work with millennials. I also work with Gen Y. So to keep a brand young and relevant with Gen Zs, Gen Y, millennials, without losing guys like me, above 50, it's a challenge. So this is one aspect of the business. The second aspect of the business, for me, the challenge is Pizza Hut has a long history of being on culture and driving culture. And it's one of the most exciting facet that I have, because today, if you just put a 30 seconds commercial on TV, uh, you are basically wasting your money. The guys that are making it, the brands that are making it, are the brands that are on culture, and we all have this goal to lead culture. So, and the last part of my job is to identify great talents. I call myself the chief chemistry officer in the global brand community at Pizza Hut, because really, uh, finding the right marketing strategy, working with the right agencies, working with the right media agencies, working with the right influencers. It's really an alchemy, and so I consider myself. It's like because I don't know if you support Barca or Real Madrid or Atletico, but it's like Carlo Ancelotti. You have these great players, and you want to make sure that all the players playing for the brand are giving their best and makes the
Mhm.
brand win. So this is my job.
Mhm. Mhm.
On paper, it sounds easy, but it's not always that easy. But there is one thing I know for sure: it's exciting.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, it's a long answer for a very short question.
No, no problem. It's a perfect answer. Thank you very much. You have just mentioned that you are the first global brand chief for Pizza Hut.
Global.
Global, yes. Why? Why the brand thought at a certain moment that it needed a global brand chief? Why this
Because
decision?
if you look at for obvious reasons, like because we are very pragmatic at Yum Brand. Pizza Hut was born in 1958 in the US, so it's a very established market. And if you take a market like I don't know which market we enter recently, but let's say Mongolia or Myanmar, the brand is quite new. So how can you apply? I would say the same recipe for a market that has been established 6 decades ago, and in a market where just a newcomer with local players. So I would say it was a reason of it was we did it for good reasons and pragmatic reasons. But we have a new organization. Why do we do that now? It's because post COVID, when you realize people are looking for trust, people are looking for safety, and people are looking for things that are giving a sense of relief. And a global brand, when you can scale it, is a huge competitive advantage. So we believed it was the right time to come with a global overview of the brand.
Mhm.
And you might say, okay, we get the sense of scalability, but at the same time, it's when you become global, one of the challenges is you have to remain agile.
Mhm. Okay.
So
Well, now it's 4 years, at least as far as I have read, that you are in this position.
yeah.
Um, Looking back and looking forward, what sense of accomplishment do you have? What things you have done that you're proud of? Are you happy with them? And what are the plans and the next challenges and goals that you want to achieve and to accomplish in the company?
So I have learned one. It's for people. I don't know if people from the QSR industry will watch or read this interview, but this is something that one of my best mentor has ever given me. It says, you know what? A PowerPoint is a PowerPoint. A concept is a concept, but it does not exist until it's real in the restaurant. And in when you are in the restaurant industry, what does that mean? Making things real. It means that our guest can take a beautiful product and can bite into it, and they say, "Wow, okay, that's beautiful." So in fact, the thing I have where I have a lot of pride, it's our recent global launch of Melt. Melt is not a pizza; it's Melt. It's not only a window, a marketing window. It's a game changer. Why? Because it's a new product. It's a portable product. It looks like a triangle, and it's delicious. Gen Zs love it, and for us, it's a game changer because it's also a new occasion. It helps us to start a new occasion, which is the lunch business. The reason why I am mentioning this product is because any transformation in any company, in my opinion, starts with a product. Otherwise, you see, right now, the Gen Zs of the world, the Gen Y, the millennials, they can sniff out the marketing artifacts. If it is just marketing cosmetics, nobody buys it. So I truly believe that when you really want to tell the world, hey, there is a big shift that is being operated, it always starts with a product. I Now it sounds a little bit like a broken record when you quote Steve Jobs or Apple, but think about it. Apple, it did not start with a computer. It did not start with a cell phone. It started with an MP3 player called the iPod. And I truly believe it was a pivot moment for the brand. So back to your question, I am very proud of Melt. Melt is an amazing product, and I think Melt is the best symbol of the shift that we are taking. Another thing where I am very proud of, it's we are really digital first. Digital is at the heart of all our decisions. And in terms of marketing, when I started marketing, let's say three decades ago or something like this, it was all about you come with a product, you find the USP of the product, you film the TV spot, you buy TRPs, and that's it. And this world has changed. So paid media, uh, it used to be an old recipe. Now we have different ways of branding and marketing our products. So it's also something I am very proud of. The way
Mhm.
we are promoting our product, it is so different from things we have been doing for decades.
Mhm. And looking ahead, what are you looking to achieve?
Now, looking ahead, I will tell you, I love this Bob Dylan song, which is "Forever Young." I think looking ahead, it's in the past. It's also, I would say, the biologic clock of brands has changed dramatically. It's funny because I remember I was opening the archives of Pizza Hut few months ago, and I was looking at these movies. So we had Wayne's World, Back to the Future. So Pizza Hut was in these movies, and people were speaking about the brand for 3 months, 6 months. And then we moved to being part of moments in culture. So, what is a moment in culture? It's well, there is an event, and people speak about it for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And I was recently looking because I know you are based in Spain, so I was thinking I need to find an example that can illustrate what I want to say. I was looking at the Gerard Piqué and the Claramente song.
Yeah,
It was one day.
yeah.
It took the world like rapid fire, and uh, and 2 days later, the world was moving to something else. So in fact, we moved to this cultural events for 3 months, 4 months, to moments in culture, and now the moment is becoming a drop. So what is exciting and scary at the same time? We need to be part of these drops, and that are coming every day, because nowadays the drop is working for one day, and and the next day it's over because something else is coming. And if you look at Messi is going to Saudi Arabia, so focusing on it. Oh no, he's changing. Now he's going to Miami, and people forget what happened to Benzema. So it's like which is exciting, I would say, and at the same time, uh, we need to reset our software, because if you brief your agency and you say, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do," and the guy said, "Okay, we come back to you in 2 weeks." Too late. I mean, it's too late. We come back next Monday. Too late. Now, now, because if you miss the drop, you miss the opportunity. So
So that's the challenge, no? To be
that's 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 a challenge, which also tells me that this is why I am spending a lot of time speaking with customers, uh, meeting with people in other industries, the music platforms, the TikTok platforms of the world, because these new platforms are real. These guys have cracked the code on capturing the moment, because when it's gone, it's gone. So I think we need to infuse their software into our way of working.
Hmm. Okay. You have already mentioned that the brand Pizza Hut is in more than 100 countries. It's
Yes,
operating. Some very new, some very old. Um, are there many differences in the way the
I don't like
product?
to say old. I would say legacy.
Yeah, okay, legacy. Okay, it's me who says all. It's not you.
No, no worries.
um, are there many differences in and very obvious and very graphic uh, in the ways that the brand and the product is perceived in the different parts of the world, or more or less is homogeneous? What's your perception about it?
So there is. It's a very good question. So what I have to say is, pizza and pizzas. People are craving for our pizzas, and in fact, why? Because we did not start as a tech company selling pizzas. We are a restaurant company making great products that people are craving for. So there is a common denominator everywhere in the world. It's people are craving our pizzas, and the way I see it's very funny because the world is becoming. We have so much in common, more than we believe, more than we think. I see it as I was recently in Jakarta, and I had this conversation because I was speaking with a young woman. She was 20, 21 years old, and she asked me the same question. She said, "So, is it so different in the US?" I said, "No, not really." And she said, "Really, I cannot." And I said, "Look, this is the way. Let's do something." I said, "What is your? Show me your iPhone." And I said, "Look at your playlist." And I said, I show my iPhone and look at my playlist. Believe it or not. Yes, we have Jay-Z. Yes, we have Eminem. Yes, we have Shakira. Yes, we have Rihanna. I mean, so in
Yeah.
fact, we have a lot of product in common. I would say a lot. And yes, sometimes we have local variation. The example I have in mind is Taiwan. Taiwan has launched phenomenal pizzas that I don't think they would work in my country, France, for instance, like the durian pizza, because durian does not exist in France. I don't think a blood pig pizza would work in France, but it works. It's amazing how it's working in Taiwan. So I would say I like this analogy with the iPhone because a lot of we are more common than we think, and it's no surprise nowadays that the TV show that we like in the US, Succession, is also a blockbuster in the rest of the world. La Casa de Papel in Spain is becoming a blockbuster in the US. We are truly becoming a global community in terms of consumers, with, of course, some local differences. But this is why Pizza Hut is not centrally led, and this is why we have teams on the field in different markets. It's to find the right balance between what makes sense globally
Mhm.
and what makes us relevant, easy, and distinctive locally. When you
Mhm.
combine these two things together, I think this is a winning formula.
Mhm. So Pizza Hut is truly cosmopolitan in a way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I am in Dallas. I am leading a team of 15 people, uh, more or less. I have one person from Costa Rica. I have one person from India. I have two-person from Turkey. I have one person from Russia, one French. I mean, we are diverse, not only in terms of nationalities, but in terms of um, origins, beliefs, religions, age. So yes, Pizza Hut is cosmopolitan and truly global.
Mm. Okay. What are the, you have already mentioned some of them in your previous answers, but let's look at the at Pizza Hut as a brand and what are at the moment its strong points and other points that are not so strong and do you want to improve or whatever. What's the situation of the brand at the moment?
So the strengths, of Pizza Hut as a brand, I would say its product. The Pizza Hut product are second to none. So there is no equivalent. Uh, Many guys try to copy us, but the original is still the best. And I think it's an invaluable asset. Some brands have, so let's say McDonald's has a Big Mac, Burger King has a Whopper. We have plenty of iconic products. Pan pizza, created and invented by Pizza Hut. Stuffed crust, it's a crust with cheese in the dough. Thin and crispy, The Edge, Detroit, Big New Yorker, Melt. I think we are famous for creating iconic global product. And it's funny because it's like Levi's with the Levi's 501. And it's when the product are as iconic as a brand. The Big New Yorker launched 20 years ago with Donald Trump. And the Big New Yorker, we were the one to
Yeah.
introducing the Big New Yorker to the world. So
Yeah.
I would say our strength has always been the product. I would say, what is the challenge for Pizza Hut? I would say, as I started this interview, the challenge is to make sure that the brand remains young. And but to me, every single day when I wake up in the morning and I'm thinking about my job, is okay. Today, my mission is to make sure that Pizza Hut stays young. The second one is we want to be part of people's routines. So the best is because fast food is based on many factors like affordability, innovation, but also it's fast. I mean, QSR is at its best when you are part of people's lives and family routines. Like, hey, it's Wednesday night. There is La Liga. There is a soccer game. Pizza Hut.
Mhm.
So to me, the same way Christmas equals toys, I would like for pizza to be associated to some routines moments. It could be a soccer game, it could be a family reunion. So this is what I'm calling the younger and everyday. I want to
Mhm.
be younger and I want to be part of everyday's life for
Mhm.
customers.
Mhm. Being young, I mean, being a brand attractive for young people seems, as far as I have read, I've read an interview with you made not so long ago. Is a particularly poignant challenge in the US because it seems that Pizza Hut is kind of an older brand or perceived as a brand for older people than other competitors. Is that the situation or not?
No, you have it's so the brand is the US, as I said. It's started in 1958, and
Mhm.
it's a very successful brand because we are gaining market share. So we are doing the right things. I think the challenge is always how do you keep your core, and how do you stay relevant to your core audience, your core targets, and how do you make yourself so relevant and distinctive that the new generation will come to you. So I you will say, okay, he's using a lot of analogies. So I think it's very interesting when you think about Walt Disney. Walt Disney was before they acquired Pixar. Walt Disney, they had these 2D cartoons like Snow White and all these things, and suddenly you have Pixar coming with Toy Story. And Toy Story was speaking because you have so many levels when you are watching these Pixar movies. Uh, I remember when I was a younger dad, I was laughing because there are some jokes that my kids did not understand, but there are some hidden jokes or reference that only my generation could understand. So to me, the challenge, it's very funny what Pixar has done, and it's very inspiring because how can you attract the 50 years old target audience that has been growing up with Pizza Hut, and at the same time attract the millennials and the Gen Zs. And so it's doable. And this is why we are launching Melts, and this is why we are so successful with Melts, because Melts, I love Melts. My kids, as I said, I have five kids, and they love Melts. So I think this transformation, and this is where the product is playing such a critical and strategic role, because as I said, if you're a tech company that sells pizza, I mean, at some point, tech is tech. But oh, can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
Ah, yeah,
perfectly.
yeah.
Yes.
So and what has always been our strength has been the product, and I think the beauty of a product, it does not it's not it's really it's really helping us to attract new customers and stay true to our core audience. So this is why my big bet, as you can, I speak a lot about products, and
Mhm.
because products, pizzas, food, chicken, this is really in my opinion what can help us to solve the equation.
Mhm. What about the equation of loyalty on the market and that you deal with the delivery pizza people calling you to ask for pizza, and how to fight against the constant promotions, campaigns
Okay,
to make
I
it
will share
cheaper and
with you.
so on. You can achieve loyalty in this market.
Yes, yes. I will. So I will share with you because we are amongst friends. My belief since I joined this category 18 years ago, and it's a very simple, but it has helped me in a fantastic way. Affordability drives trial. So that's point number one. Second point, great food drives repeat, and great experience drives loyalty. If you come, and this is my, I hope it's between you and me. I don't, you are not sharing this interview with plenty of people, I guess. So this is a $1 million insight that I'm sharing with you. So uh, in my category, which is QSR, affordability, it's non-negotiable. You need to be affordable because there is a QSR index. You're in the game or you're outside the game. So, but it just drives traffic. If your food is not fantastic, people will not repeat it. It was a good deal. I don't even know if it was a good deal because the definition of value is what you get for what you pay. So, but the last point, and it's one of the most challenging, a great experience drives loyalty. I think we all do CRM, we all do loyalty programs. At the end of the day, even if I give you points and stars and slices of pizzas or collectible, if the food is not great, if the service is not great, you will not come back. So, to your question, yes. And this is also why Pizza Hut has been so successful for 60 years, because I think we know how to make our products affordable. Our food is by far the best, and we have amazing team members and franchisees that make the Pizza Hut experience a great experience. So this is my magic equation.
Okay, I will not share with anyone.
No, I will trademark. I was sharing because I speak with every single marketing talent that is joining the pizza team. It's really something I want to do, whatever the level, and the assistant of the assistant. I want to speak with this person, and it's truly something that's most of the time they say, "Hey, Christophe, before we finish this interview or meeting, can you please give me the recipe or what made you successful?" And I share this.
Hmm, okay. Well, of course, and you have mentioned it very clearly that the product, the food, is very, very important for the company and for the brand. And now we are going through for years now kind of the big change, at least in certain parts of the world, where people is more worried about eating in a more healthier, a more conscious way,
Yeah,
which is Pizza Hut doing to adapt to this trend, and what the marketing department and the brand department of Pizza Hut is making to contribute to this effort and to be aligned with this um, with this trend, as I said, and this attitude of consumers towards food.
yeah. So one of the partnership where I am very proud that we work together, and this company is very special to me. So it's Beyond Meat, and it's a plant-based company. And so I don't know if Ethan Brown will see this video, but he's a CEO and he's a great friend.
Hmm.
He's a great friend of mine, and he's a great friend of Pizza Hut.
Hmm.
So together we have developed this line of product approved by carnivores. So
Hmm.
in fact, what is the challenge in our industry? The challenge is we have fantastic product that taste very good. So how can you offer great alternatives that taste amazing? Because consumers and guests are not ready to compromise on taste. If you say, you know what, it's a broccoli, uh, the guy said, yeah, but I don't come to pizza to have a broccoli. Uh, I come
Yes,
to
of course.
pizza to have a delicious pizza.
Yes.
So please give me my delicious pizza, which is also better for me or in line with my aspiration and expectations. And I am so proud of this partnership with Beyond, because we have really done some amazing innovation, where we now have a fully plant-based product with Beyond. So this is one of the example, and of course we follow all the guidelines to make sure that people have choice. I don't think people want. I don't. You see, I think people are very adult in their lives, and what they want from us is to have the choice, to have the variety, to say, you know what, I know if I go to Pizza Hut, I will have some great tasting products, and I will have different options. So yes, if you visit Central America, you will see pasta, you will see salads, you will see plenty of options Even countries like El Salvador. It's a small country, but this country is doing amazing in the world of Pizza Hut. So they have the Beyond Meat lineup. They have a lineup of salads, which is amazing. They have a lineup of drink, desserts, everything. So, in fact, back to your question, I think the world is craving for amazing food, but also the world is craving for variety and choices. And this is what we are doing.
Mm.
And if the Beyond team is watching this video, I salute them.
Okay, let's hope. Let's hope that he,
Yeah.
that let's hope that they say we will try. We will try to make sure that that they have a look at it.
Yes.
Okay, Christophe, let's talk a little bit about you, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Let's put the company and the brand aside for a moment,
Yes.
and I would like you to talk a little bit about what do you like about marketing. Why do you enjoy working in marketing and as managing a brand, and what do you like about your
So,
job?
so there is never a dull moment. So, so that's the beauty of marketing. Every single day, uh, it every single day there is a different challenge, and everything is changing. Competition is changing. Consumers are changing. Uh, Habits is changing. Culture is changing. It's coming on all fronts. It's like a chess game, and this is what I like. It's not a very linear job where it's like an alphabet: A, B, C, D, E, and you know that if D is broken, you need to come with a different D, and the alphabet is back again. The beauty of marketing, the way I am buying media today. So in the past, it was TRPs. Now I am the big ambassador of peso, paid, earned, shared, and owned. And by the way, I truly believe that the world has codified peso, but I believed in ESOP, which is earned, shared, owned, and paid in this order. I mean, don't put
Yeah.
50 cents because I can speak for 5 hours about peso and ESOP. But you see, that's the beauty of marketing. 20 years ago, this notion of paid, earned, shared, owned did not exist. It was, hey, we have the Super Bowl, or we have the Champions, or we have the FIFA World Cup. Put your logo, and that's it. So what I like about the job, it's a constant reinvention, and um, and the talent that you meet also when you are in my position, you meet with amazing people. You meet with the best agencies in the world. You meet with, so next week I'm going to Cannes. I will meet Spotify. I will meet other brands. So this job is it's a hub. It's a hub where you can see trends coming. You want to be part of the trends. The way of working is different. So it's a world in constant movement, constant transformation. And I think it forces me, it forces us, it challenges me, it challenges us to stay young, nimble, agile, and open to the world. Open to the world. It's funny because I started many years ago at Publicis, and it was all about the 30 seconds TV spot, and now it's about the 3 seconds and 6 seconds on
Mm.
YouTube.
Mm.
You have 6 seconds to make people stop, think, and act or reflect differently. It was not the case before. So
Mm.
TikTok.
Yeah.
And all these platforms, you have to reinvent. Data science, all these things did not exist. So it has to. But and back to one of the comments I made. It's not the moment; it's a drop, and how you capture all these drops. So constant reinvention. I feel young, if and never get bored in this job. I think it's the
Mm,
best job in the world, by the way.
mm,
And sometimes I'm wondering. I hope my company. I hope Pizza Hut is not aware, but I love it. I love this job so much that I could almost do it for free. But
mm.
I hope my boss does not listen to this.
Yeah, okay. Okay. This is the part we are going to cut. No, do not worry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not the secret recipe we are going to share with all the world, but this part we
Yes,
are going to cut. So back to your country in a few days, going to the Cannes Festival.
yes. So
Just
going to the Cannes Festival. By the way, I will take the opportunity to say a few things because I was born and raised in a very small town of France, Saint-Étienne,
mhm.
and come from a,
They had a very famous football club
yes.
long time ago.
Michel Platini used to play in
Yes,
Saint-Étienne. So,
yeah.
but well, the thing is, I would like. I'm sure you have some a young audience and young executive. I would like to tell them believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, because I am the living example. My English was not. I mean, I come from a very modest blue collar family near Saint-Étienne. My dad is not a surgeon. My mom is not a lawyer. Very blue collar. And in fact, when you believe in your dreams, when you work hard, and because there is a lot of work, you can be a French guy born in Saint Etienne, dreaming. When I was watching one of the free TV channels, dreaming of these big campaigns coming from the US, it's possible. It's possible to become the chief brand officer of Pizza Hut Global. And I want to say that because in Cannes, which is basically the meeting where the best of the best of the best in the world is coming together,
Mhm.
sometimes people are intimidated, saying, not for me, not born in the right country, not born in the right place. My English is not perfect. Believe me, my English is still not perfect. But with with hard work, and if you know what you want to achieve in this life, and if you work hard, and if you want to have an impact for the brand you are working for or for the company you are working for, anything is possible. Believe me. So
Mm.
I have no MBA from Stanford. I have no Harvard degree or whatever. No, it's curiosity, hard work, uh, never taking no for an answer. It's about resilience, faith, hope, and it's doable. It's doable, believe me.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
this is why I'm happy to return to, and I hope I will maybe I will meet some ex-friends and colleagues when I started at Publicis in
Mm.
1992, something like
Mhm.
this.
Okay.
So
Well done. Well, thank thank you for the words, Christophe.
yes,
They've
you're
been
very welcome.
lovely words. I'm sure you will meet some people at some of our colleagues at
Yeah,
Cannes.
are you going? Are you going?
No, I don't know. I actually I do not know yet. It will
Ah,
come as
okay.
a as an impromptu decision.
If you are going, don't be a stranger.
Okay.
Text me.
Yeah. No, I've been a long time ago. The last time I went was in 2008.
Ah,
It's been
so
a yeah, it's been a long time since I do not go to Canada. I would love to. I would love to come back.
yes,
Let's
that
hope
would be great.
I have the opportunity. So, for what you said just now, you were attracted by advertising and brands since the beginning, since you were very young.
Yes. So there was this TV show in France called Culture Pub,
Mhm.
and it was a very it was on the sixth channel, uh, and it was something like on Sunday at 10 p.m. So my parents were very upset because they want me to focus on my homework, and they wanted me to go to bed because I had school
Mhm.
the day after. And I was at the Jesuit, so it was a very strict school. But I remember there was this. This TV show was showcasing the best commercials in the world, and at that time there was. I remember because it's still in my memory, in my mind. The presenter, his name Christian Blachas, said, so the equivalent of Spielberg in advertising is Joe Pitka. And Joe Pitka has done the best commercials with Michael Jordan, all the Michael Jordan, Larry Light for McDonald's, all the Budweiser commercial. I mean, that's him. That's him. And since that day, when I was young, I was thinking, okay, one day I will work with Joe Pitka. So it's a long story, but I worked at Publicis, I worked at McCann, um, uh, moved to Yum Brands, and when I arrived in the US, I worked at KFC US, and FCB Chicago was our agency. And I remember my first meeting at FCB Chicago was I met with the team, and it's a huge team. I mean, in the US, the size of because it's big accounts, and I was in charge of advertising for KFC US. And I said, guys, because I asked someone asked this question, what is your driver? And I said, my drivers are I dream big, and I make my dreams to become reality. So they asked me, what is your dream in advertising? I said, my dream is to work with Joe Pitka. So I worked with Joe Pitka, and we filmed the full campaign, and it was something like 6 commercials with Joe. So I I don't even know how to express it. If you play soccer, it's like having playing a game with Leo Messi, or playing a
Mhm.
game with Cristiano Ronaldo. So
Mhm.
it was the most inspiring work I have ever done in my life in advertising, because you are speaking with an icon. And you notice that I asked him, what is the magic recipe to become Joe Pitka? He said, hard work, hard work. And he made a movie with Michael Jordan. I think it was Looney Tunes or something like this. And
Space Jam.
Space Jam, yes. And Joe said, so, and by the way, he said, let's call Michael. So we were on the set in Los Angeles, and he said, "Hey," he said, "Hey, Michael, I am with this French guy. His name is Christophe. He's amazing, and he's asking me what is the secret recipe." So, and the answer was the same. It was hard work,
Mhm.
big, dream big, and hard work, and don't be afraid to take a risk. And at the end of, so as you can imagine, I was living a dream, because think about the young Christophe in France, near Saint Etienne, and and
Yeah, and Joe Pitka was certainly God in the
yes,
90s.
God, and at the end he said, okay, so he's Francophile because his ex-wife was French, but he said, I have a free gift for you. I said, okay, so what are the free gifts? He said, okay, gift number one, I give you my favorite bottle of wine, which was Chateau Petrus. So okay, so it was crazy. I could not accept it because the code of conduct at Yum, we cannot accept a gift. So I said, thank you. We can drink it together if you want, but I cannot accept it. The second gift was, he said, he did the video clip of Michael Jackson, The Way You Make Me Feel. And he said, the world knows the 3-minute version, but on this DVD, you will get the 16 minute version uncut with Michael Jackson. He said, "I have only one request. You have to promise me that you will never put it on YouTube, and you keep it for yourself." So I have the 15 minutes, 16 minutes version of uncut of Michael Jackson on "You Make Me Feel," the video clip, and the DVD is signed by Joe Pitka. And the third one is, because I am French, he did this commercial with Perrier, the sparkling water. And he said, on this DVD, you will see the version that the client and the agency got, but I was pissed with them. I did my own recut version, and the recut version is in it. I must say, I was shaking with, and it's crazy because I have not mentioned this to people around me until recently. Even my wife, I told her last month. I said, because she said, "Well, I can show you. I have the DVDs."
Yeah. Okay. Great.
So
the real thing.
Yeah. Wow. It's Michael Jackson. The Way You Make Me Feel, 14 minutes and 45 seconds by Joe Pitka. So these are my precious. So imagine you can be born and raised near Saint-Étienne in Roanne, and you're watching a TV show on a Sunday night, and you are dreaming about working with Joe Pitka. You move to the US. FCB Chicago and we made it possible. We filmed with, and at the end I got this beautiful gift. So anyway, that was maybe I don't know if maybe you should cut it maybe for the interview.
No. This is the best part of the interview. This is it's it's lovely. It's great recollections, and for me, it's also very good memories of going to Cannes in the 90s and actually meeting Mr. Pitka.
And the guy is crazy. I mean, the guy is a giant.
I mean, he has a presence by himself. He's quite imposing, not only for his talent, but also because of his persona. He's very powerful.
Yes, but the guy is. You see, sometimes because I saw him, and on the set, no playback. So when I arrived, I said, "No playback." He said, "No." He said, "I am putting all my heart and energy on every single take. You, as a client, I want to do the same. So you take your notebook, you take your clock watch, you take you put the take and the scene on your notebook, and I want you to tell me what you like and what you don't like, what it makes sense or not." After shooting with him, I was drained because the guy, it's like working with Mozart. Until he is achieving perfections, you start again. And sometimes we were finishing at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And I was thinking, wow, the the extra hours will kill this production. But I said, okay, let's go. I mean, this is the first time I worked with him, probably the last. So I give it all, and I will explain my CEO why we went over budget. But perfectionism is not coming at the first shot. You need to, and there is so much hard work. It's unbelievable. So anyway, I can speak about hours about it.
Okay, it's been great. Thank you very much, Christophe. Well, now you've talked about the things you love about marketing and about this wonderful memories of Joe Pitke.
Yes.
I would like you to talk a little bit about the things you do not like about marketing, things that you see people keep doing, or kind of mantras or statements that people um, still hold true, but you do not think they're true anymore. Things that you simply
So
think are
yeah.
ridiculous, or
So I will tell you. I like when things are. So I shared with you my magic recipe as for QSR. I
mm,
will tell you my mantra as a leader. I believe in simple, pragmatic, actionable, and fun. I don't like when people when there is a lack of substance, people are hiding the lack of substance with pretentious concepts. And I think sometimes we are hiding the lack of substance behind obscure conceptual thinking. And
mm,
uh, and at the end, it's quoting one of my competitor: "Show me the beef.
yeah,
Where is the protein? Where is the substance?" And in fact, I have noticed that the higher you go in an organization, it's a duty to keep things simple because you are speaking to a ton of people. If it's complex, it will be lost in between. Second, it has to be pragmatic because intellectual does not get you anywhere. And actionable because, yeah, it has to be real. Uh, if you are in the shampoo business, it has to be real in the bathroom of the consumers. If you are in the restaurant business like me, it has to be real when the consumer. So sometimes when I am attending some meetings with agencies, I say, "Hey guys, I'm sorry. I come from a very basic landscape personally, and I don't understand. It's too smart for me. I apologize. It's too smart for me." So, and for people who are afraid to keep things simple, I am the living example that when you keep things simple
mhm,
and fun,
yeah,
because
that's
I
important.
have
Yeah.
not, yeah, it's a very important point because the team that delivers the best results are the team where there is enthusiasm and fun.
Mm,
Uh, and enthusiasm and fun is the most underrated factor of any successful venture. So when people have fun, uh, they uh, they do things better. So things I don't like: pretentious, too serious. I don't like the PhDs of intellectual, conceptual thinking.
mhm.
And and yeah, I would say, but um, when that will be my point.
Okay, thank you. You have a few minutes left. Yes.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, great. Well, you have already mentioned that at the start of your career in
Yeah,
this world, you work in several advertising agencies,
yeah.
Publicis and McCann and so on. Well, what are the memories? What do you remember from that time, and what did you learn there at agencies that has helped you well in your marketing career?
So my first boss at Publicis. She Her name was Delphine, and she always told me a few things. One is uh, you have to be humble when you visit the client, but when you are selling an idea to a client, you are not only selling an idea, you are selling the belief that this idea is the best idea for him, and you have to believe it. You have to believe in the idea, like if it was for the company of your parents. So, which took me to, she said, integrity, honesty. It's not about overselling. And she said, the moment you have to sell something in advertising, it's because it's not right. It's not right. So she said, don't sell, and because selling is borderline faking. So I have always approached my clients uh, with truth. Um, I remember I had this campaign one day for Christmas, and I told my client, I said, "Look, I have something. I'm sure it's gonna be okay for you guys, but I don't think it's okay because I don't think it's good enough." So, in the absence of having the great idea, um, maybe the best is to reuse the campaign from last year and to tweak it. And I must say, as you can imagine, what kind of guy in an agency says, I don't think this idea is strong enough. Let's recycle the one from last year. It was for Christmas. And but I must say, it's probably why I am where I am today. Because integrity, honesty, uh, and honesty. If the guy is telling you, you know, my painting is a Picasso, no, it's not a Picasso because you are not Picasso. So people are smart. You can that was the thing. Honesty, and you know when what you do when you are doing, if you do something, if you come with a campaign, even internally in the agency, uh, I had I had a great relationship with the creative people in the agencies. I was always clear with them, which is tough because the creative guys are very sensitive and emotional. I said, guys, honestly, I think this is the best that we have so far, but it's a B minus. I don't feel good going to my client with a B minus campaign. I want an A plus. And does it create frictions? Yeah, but the moment, in fact, I spoke with young guys at young talents at Pizza Hut, and I said, in fact, the most important in an agency is when you are the leader, you need to have very high standard. Standard is a big deal because in the absence of high standards, people adjust and adapt to you. If your standard is excellence, and nowadays excellence is not enough. Now there is something even bigger than excellence. It's outstanding. I love this word because many people right now are achieving excellence. But at the end of the day, there is only one winner. And if you look at the Chicago Bulls, they had five excellent players in the Chicago Bulls during the big team. But there was one, I mean, Scottie Pippen was excellent. Dennis Rodman was excellent. But there is one guy. And this one guy is Michael Jordan. And this guy was outstanding. And being outstanding, he was setting up the standards for the rest of the team. If you put Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman without Michael Jordan, which he did, they did not have the same career. So the same with any team. When in your team you have Cristiano Ronaldo, or when in Manchester City you have the coach Pep Guardiola, the guy has a standard which is so high that it's elevating the rest of the team. So, to your question in advertising, to me, it has always been about having standards, starting with myself. When you have the highest standards for yourself, it forces the guys working with you to elevate their game. They raise the ceiling and they raise the roof.
Mhm. Okay.
You might say, okay, I should stop asking questions because for each question he is answering
No,
10
no, no,
minutes.
no. I'm enjoying I'm enjoying a lot the conversation. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. How did it come that you jumped from the side of the agency to the side of the client, of the advertiser. It was by design. You wanted to do that, or it just came as an opportunity, and you took a
No,
chance.
uh, I really wanted to. So I have always had a passion for brands, and I realized that in advertising, I was just an enabler, and but I could not touch the product. I could not touch the design, the assets, and why? Because big clients sometimes they are totally. It's not in silos, but they have X working on design, they have Y working on advertising. They have so, and I wanted to be in charge of a brand because I have always loved brands like my children. It's very tough for me when I move from a brand to. It happened. It happened a few times in my life. I was in charge of KFC. Started at KFC France and moved to KFC US and KFC Global. When I left KFC, I had so much of me in this brand. I could not. When I returned to, I could not even go to KFC anymore. I was really emotionally attached because I put so much of myself in the brand. Then Yum gave me the opportunity to start my own company. So I started my own brands with Yum. I was what we call an intrapreneur. So Yum Brands gave me some significant money. I had to work outside the company, and I created Yum Emerging Brands. So we were an army of three: myself, my assistant, and an operation guy, Nick. And we were working in my kitchen. And we started our own QSR brands. One is Super Chicks. It's a very successful brand. You can Google it. And the other one is Bun Shop. It's a Asian sandwich company. And wow, when I uh, when I made the decision to go to Pizza Hut, it was like abandoning my children. It was heartbreaking. So why I made the decision to move from advertising to the brand side and to become a chief brand officer, it's because I wanted to impact the 8 P's: purpose, which is a starting point; promise, then the 5 P's, which is people, place, promotion, and the last one is performance. I believed that I wanted to own the 8 P's. And it's very rare when an agency is given the 8 P's for any brand.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
and one day, because I used to work for Euromaster, which is a subsidiary of Michelin, and I was in charge of the Dakar rally, the Telefonica Dakar rally, for 3 years. And I
Mhm.
remember I was in the desert between Morocco and Mauritania when my satellite my satellite phone is ringing, and a headhunter is calling me, and she said, "Hey, Christophe, uh, one of your clients want to hire you." I said, "Well, okay, but right now I am in Africa. I am in the middle of a race. I am in the desert, in the Sahara." And she said, "This client is KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken." And I must say, I was so happy. It took me 5 seconds to say, you know what, I am very interested. I finish the race in 15 days, and I go back to Paris and we speak. And the rest is history. I
Mhm.
joined Yum 18 years ago.
Mhm. I'm happy with the decision.
Yeah. Oh, it has changed my life.
Mhm.
I became American. I moved to the US. My family is also my family has the two passports, the French passport and the US passport. It has been a big change in my life.
Mhm. Okay.
And I work with Joe Pitka.
Yeah. Okay, that's the most important thing.
Yes.
Okay, is namely about this thing, about this change that I wanted to ask you, because how does a guy from Saint Etienne enjoy living in Dallas? What's a good point about the city, and what kind of
So
place it is, and how do you like to live there?
another funny story because as you can probably the same in Spain, but in the 80s, the TV show Dallas was
Yeah,
very famous with
yeah,
JR, the Ewing family.
yeah.
So so now Dallas is a very international city. It's part of Texas, but real Texans will tell you Dallas is not Texas. But Dallas is very cosmopolitan, and Texas is changing so fast. So in Austin, which is not far away from Dallas, we have the headquarters for Apple, for Tesla. We have a lot of global companies in Dallas, which is very good because it helps us also to attract a lot of global talents to
Mhm.
work at Pizza Hut. So, but it's a very well connected city. It's one of the biggest hub for American Airlines, and we have a daily direct flight to Madrid, to London, to Paris. So we have direct flight to China, direct flights to Australia. So it's a beautiful city. But is it different from Saint Etienne? Yes, for sure. And
You have changed the Saint Etienne football team for the Dallas Cowboys.
yes, no, absolutely, absolutely. So, but no regrets. I am happy, and I am. So you see, because one day one of my children asked me, "What, what do you like so much about being born in Saint Etienne and living in the US?" I said, roots and wings. My roots are in France because I am French and I was born in France in Saint Etienne. And I guess the US gave me wings and they gave me the opportunity to spread my wings. So I would say I am blessed and I am very thankful with God for giving me beautiful roots, being born where I was born in Saint Etienne, and giving me the opportunity to live and to work and to experience some great stuff in the US. Big things are happening in the US. I
Mhm.
mean, if you really want to, I mean, yeah, this country is amazing. If you can really, I am the living example. If you think about it, and I love to think about it this way, and maybe I'm wrong. Give me one French company, which is global, who will give the chief brand officer at the global level to a non-French. Maybe. I mean, I don't know, but I have to say, it says a lot about this country, and it says a lot about my company. Uh, Giving this opportunity to a guy like me with no MBA to and born in Saint Etienne, you know what? You will drive and build the brand at the global level, and we believe you are the right one. I mean, it says a lot about how open-minded this country is.
Mhm.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it will be the same for a brand like Telefonica or for Santander or Corte Inglés or I don't know. Maybe just a French thing. But
Mhm. I don't know. Well, but you, it's a good point. Well, just to finish, Christophe,
yeah,
it's
tell
really
me. It's
being
a real pleasure. It's a real pleasure.
just the last question, and is one we make to all our interviewees, and is for you to give our readers and viewers a recommendation, something that you have read or seen recently, a book, film, a series, something that you have enjoyed, be it related to work or not, that you have liked it, you have enjoyed, and you would like to share with the people who see the interview.
Yes. So, it goes in terms of TV shows. I really enjoyed Succession. All the drama and the turmoil of the company. And in terms of if I have to leave this interview with something, it's to the younger audience, or even for the non younger audience. It's believe in yourself, believe in your dream, and work hard after it. And there is a high probability that it happens. And and um, and this is a quote that I read recently. In life, trade expectation for appreciation. And the moment, oops, the moment you start appreciating every single progress you make on your goals, you celebrate and you have gratitude with it. So Succession, if you want to see some dysfunctional families, and
Yeah,
and
they are the heirs of the Ewing family from Dallas. Yes.
yeah, and in terms of, yeah, believe in yourself. I was watching this Ed Sheeran documentary recently, and I mean, rest in peace, but his friend Jamal, uh, they had this TV where this young artist, where it was a sort of a YouTube platform for young artists, and it's called SBTV, and it's Self Belief TV, and I think it worked for Ed Sheeran because it made him famous. I think somehow there was a self belief channel for me, and I think the self belief channel exists for every single one of us. So that would be my last point for you guys.
Okay. Merci bien, Christophe.
Merci. It was such a great
Plaisir.
pleasure, and I think I spoke way too much. No, I look at
No,
the
no,
clock.
not at all. I mean, it's
Okay.
been fascinating conversation for me. I'm sure it will be for our viewers and readers. Thank
Yeah,
you very much indeed.
and if you're in Cannes, don't be a stranger. Okay.
Okay.
Ciao. Bye bye.
Muchas gracias.
Muchísimas
Bye.
gracias. Ciao.